At -71 degrees, even hope freezes. Out there, in the endless white silence, something was still alive. Barely. And the last person anyone expected was about to change everything. The storm had already swallowed the mountains. Snow moved sideways like knives in the wind. Trees cracked under the weight of ice. No footprints, no sound, no life. In weather like this, animals don't survive. People don't either. But an elderly woman walked forward anyway. Her boots sank deep into frozen snow, each step slower than the last. She wasn't searching for anything. She was simply trying to make it home. Then, she heard it. Not a bark, not a howl, just breathing. Weak, broken breathing. Half buried beneath drifting snow lay a husky, his fur frozen solid, eyes half closed, body shaking against death itself. Someone had tied him to a broken sled and left to freeze. The elderly woman stood still. She knew the truth. Stopping meant danger. Stopping meant losing precious warmth. Stopping could kill her too. The wind screamed louder. The husky barely moved. Their eyes met. One life asking another, "Please, don't leave me." She sighed and slowly knelt in the snow. Her hands trembled as she brushed ice away from his face. The dog didn't resist. He didn't even have strength left to be afraid. She removed her own scarf, wrapping it around his frozen neck. Warmth given away in the coldest place on earth. "Not today," she whispered, though no one else could hear. The husky couldn't walk, so she pulled, step by step, dragging the broken sled through deep snow. The wind pushed back. The storm tried to erase them both. Minutes felt like hours. Her breathing grew heavy. Her legs shook. Several times she almost stopped. But every time she looked back, the husky's eyes were still open, still fighting. So she kept moving. A small wooden cottage appeared through the storm like a miracle. Inside, firelight, warm air, life. She collapsed beside the stove, pulling the husky closer to the heat. Ice melted from his fur. Water dripped onto the floor. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, a small movement, a breath, another. Hours passed. She fed him warm broth using a spoon, wrapped him in blankets, stayed awake the entire night. Outside, the storm raged. Inside, survival quietly returned. At sunrise, the husky lifted his head, weak but alive. His tail moved once, just once, and it was enough. Days turned into weeks. The husky learned to stand again, then walk, then run across fresh snow. But he never left her side, not once. Every morning, he waited by the door. Every night, he slept beside her chair. The animal abandoned by humans had finally found one worth trusting. No cameras were there, no headlines, no applause. Just an elderly woman and a life she refused to let disappear. Sometimes, heroes don't arrive fast. They don't look strong. Sometimes, they walk slowly through the snow, carrying kindness instead of power. In a world cold enough to reach -71 degrees, warmth still exists. Not in the weather, not in the fire, but in a human heart that chooses compassion when walking away would be easier. Because that night, An elderly woman didn't just save a husky, she proved that mercy survives even in the coldest wilderness on earth.